Testing, testing, testing. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Tell me in the chat if you can hear me, please. No sound detected. Check my audio settings. Dugald, are you here? Can you hear me? It says that my mic is working. Primary microphone. Hello, Chopperly, Petty Fog. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I'm just testing out some stuff. I might also do a little bit of discussing. Thank you. You can't hear me? All right, good. Wasn't sure. Justin showed me how to basically combine Video Ninja and TikTok guests. So we're gonna test this out. Hopefully. Thank you, Marduk. Okay, YouTube can hear me. Cool. I want to put this over here. Actually, all right. Hey, hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, there's Amir. We can continue our discussion if you would like. Sorry about my dog. I just have to familiarize myself with the software. Does it not have a guest feature? Is there let me see here. Go live together. I don't sure, is it this co-host, isn't it? No. I feel like I'm just not seeing it for some reason. Can somebody, if they know how to guest up, just like get in the box real quick? Or is there a box? Because this is being kind of weird. Did TikTok Studio like think that since I have it, there isn't a button, I might have to go live for a little bit. Let me see. I don't see a guest feature. TikTok Studio might have stopped giving me that feature because I hadn't gone live for so long. Damn. Well, you're in luck. If you go on a browser and you type in tinyurl.com/decon JUNC. I'll put it in the comments. If you type in that into a browser, we can still talk. That goes for YouTube also. And also, if anybody is feeling randy enough, at 404s. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when. No, it shouldn't 404. DECONJUNC. I had to make it that because I ruined my tiny URLs that I had before. So weird. I wonder why the guest feature is just not working on here. I don't know. Am I in charge? I don't have any sleeves on, so I apologize for so much skin and hair. Hey, we got somebody. Amir.
Oh, 1 second.
I think
My
it'd be
audio
add to
playing
scene.
from my headphones. Hello, Benny, can you hear
Let me
me?
see if you're coming through. I
Testing
can't hear
one,
you,
two, three. Hmm.
but I feel like YouTube can hear you. Damn.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe my
Testing one,
audio
two, three.
output.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Great. Everybody else can hear Amir except for me right now. Wonderful. Hold on, Amir. I gotta see if I can figure out why you're not coming through right now.
Take your time.
Microphone, audio. I might just be because I have you turned down so much. Hold on.
Is that any better?
Say something, Amir.
I'm saying something.
Still nothing.
Can you hear me?
Let me at least do this for the TikTok audience so they can see you.
Oh, shit.
Unless you don't want to be seen.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Allow it. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
Dang it. Everybody else can hear you, but I can't. Let me see. I could do desktop audio, properties.
Is that any better?
Hold on. I think I know how to do this. If I turn on monitor on my desktop audio, I think we'll be good. Monitor and output, sure. Say something, Amir.
Can you hear me now, Benny? Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Through. I wonder if it's because input.
That's weird.
Maybe if I do this.
Maybe if I do this, just gets this laptop and starts smashing it.
Amir, say something.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Come on. Work for me, baby.
I'm keeping my fingers on my toes crossed.
To figure it all out. I can't believe that everybody else but me can hear you. You're making me so mad. Jesus. Podcast mic. Amir, say something again.
Fingers crossed.
There we go. I hear you.
I hear you.
TikTok can hear you. Or did they lose
you? Can hear me?
TikTok, can you hear me? Or can you hear? Nope. Amir, say something. Say something specific. Not anymore. Damn it.
I am saying something very specific. This is the most specific statement that you will ever hear me make.
Hold on. It's because, so Justin was teaching me how to do all this stuff, this craziness with Video Ninja, but since I can't have guests, I'm going to reconfigure my Video Ninja real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Fingers crossed, dude.
Yeah, fingers crossed for real. Speakers there.
By the way, I don't mind going on webcam. I mean, I look like shit.
You're fine.
But,
can you hear now, TikTok? Yukon, can you hear? Amir, can you hear Amir, the guest?
I am saying something specific. Let me know if you can hear me.
Damn it. What is going on? That's good. Oh, I bet I know. Advanced background music.
In Benny, we believe. I'm rooting for you, Benny.
I'm rooting for me too. How about now? Amir, say something.
Guys, can you hear me? Fingers crossed, Benny sorted it.
Nothing? Dang.
Hmm.
Microphone. Audio. Is it because media source? No.
I mean, through trial and error, maybe one of the settings will end up working because you can somehow hear me now, but now the chat can't hear me. And I don't know what sort of interface you're looking at, but I'm
Uh,
guessing through trial and error, you'll click on enough settings and it'll end up working.
yeah, I think I figured it out. Is that it? It's right there. Now say something, Amir.
Guys, can you hear me okay? Testing one,
Yeah,
two,
they should be
three.
able to hear you now. All right. All right. I think we're good. YouTube, I
Oh,
gotta
brilliant,
check.
brilliant.
Oh, I have monitor on. Hold on, so you're looping.
Moral of the story, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
Huzzah. See. Well, yeah, I just I set all these things up very specific to what Justin was telling me to do. But then TikTok was like, no, you can't have guests. And I was like, oh, well, my whole goal here was to have Video Ninja and guests talking to each other, but this will work. So we have Amir on stage. You all know him. We were talking earlier about his version of God. Let me put up like a little something here so people can tell that I'm like talking to somebody. So Amir, go on. So do you remember what I was saying about how Amir is, or how you were saying your God is basically how
Oh,
the major set, basically the universe to me sounds like what you are calling God.
correct. Well, I just got out of all of the things, I got a notification from my headphones saying low battery. So let me just change my audio output. It'll be one second.
Okay. Yeah, I think Petty. That was because of his
Actually,
mic.
5 seconds.
5 seconds, sure. One. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Testing one, two, three. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're coming in a little
Oh, bloody
echoey.
hell. Okay, I can hear you now. But it's echoey, did you say?
Yeah. Oh, I think you did something.
I did. I just clicked on one of the settings
There you go.
and hopefully it sorted it.
Perfect. How's it sound on TikTok? I haven't even checked in on my YouTube people.
Am I being broadcasted live on webcam to your room at the moment?
No, no. You said you didn't want to be broadcasted live.
I don't mind. I don't mind people putting a face to the name.
All right. I mean, we're both kind of grungy. It's all right. Let me
Proper
see. Let me see
grungy.
if I can even figure that out. Oh yeah. Ha! There he is. Oh,
Ah,
don't mind that. He was just being a dragon.
is that what I look like? Oh God. Yeah.
You look fine. We're
I
kind of
appreciate it,
matching.
Benny. Appreciate it. I was going to say as well, first instance, Benny, I really appreciate your debating style. I find there's a lot of hostility when it comes to debating things like God's existence, etc. I think you're very patient in trying to understand where people are coming from, and I think you're quite formidable in that sense. God, bit tongue twister.
Yeah, I try to keep things calm. I used to get very angry, and sometimes I still do. Really though, like, I mean, I get, people get tension and they get wound up, so it is what it is.
Should we resume the conversation that we were having previously? Maybe worth getting the audience up to speed about what it was that we were talking about.
Yeah, so I was saying in set theory, my view of like the universe. So it's extra echoey on TikTok. Maybe yeah, within Video Ninja, there's like an echo canceller that you can turn on, but I thought I did turn that on for you. Justin, hold on, we got Justin.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
What's up? Hold on, actually, let me see. I need to get you. How do I get you on a different scene?
Well, that's a good question. So, what part of the setup right now is working, and what part's not working?
So right now, okay, so it just puts you guys up, whoever's talking. Everything's working for Video Ninja. It was I couldn't hear out of my headphones. TikTok could hear Amir. YouTube could hear Amir.
Yep. Yep.
I couldn't.
So, did you have you gone into your sound settings in Windows and created a listening device for your device your cable? For your
Let me see. Volume mixer. Listening device. So like, I put.
Right. So, if you go in to the sound, if you go in the tab for recording, and I can show you on my screen. Hold on.
All right.
So on my screen, when you go into the Windows control panel, the sound option here, and then you want to go into the menu and hit the recording tab. Hit the record.
Okay. Yeah.
Once you're in there, you'll see the output device. I believe you want the output, not the. Input. Go to properties. Go to properties, and there's a listen tab. For listening. Right there for listening. You want to click yes to listen to that device, and send it directly to whatever headphones.
I think I know. Okay, so let me see.
Because once you pass the audio from TikTok into the virtual cable, for one reason or another, you can no longer hear it. Like it just stops sending it to Windows audio desktop, and so this pushes it directly to your headphones.
See, you were echoing really bad there, like for a second, but now you've like synced back up. That's so weird. Yeah, let me see here. I got to go into the sounds under control panel, right? Amir, Justin, do you guys know each other?
Probably.
So now I'm getting your echo again.
I hear Amir.
Oh, I have Amir muted. Oh, I probably.
I can hear Amir now.
Hey Justin, how are you doing?
Good, are you, Amir?
Yeah, not too shabby. Is this the Justin who has the Deconstruction saying on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
Oh, dude,
Where'd you go?
we had a discussion probably last week. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay, I didn't realize that your influence came all the way to the world of TikTok as well.
Amir,
So I started on TikTok, believe it or not.
Yeah, interesting.
So
world.
So okay, Justin, how did you get to the listening? Was that under recording and I go under cable output?
Right now, Benny, your audio is really quiet for me. I can't hear you.
One moment.
One of the things you want to do is in Video Ninja, make sure you, for your audio sources, you've got your microphone selected. That way your microphone will pipe directly into what I'm hearing.
Gotcha. And then I want the VB audio. Where is it? Cable input. Justin, say something. Can you? I can hear you now.
Right now it's just a little bit quiet.
Just quiet. All right. Well, that's fine.
Better now.
How about now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
But interesting from my end, I hear a real echo.
Whoa, Amir, you're echoing.
How's that you?
I am.
A massive echo.
Okay. Let's see here. Output, I have VB audio, and then gotcha. Hold on. I think I know what I'm.
This audio output might not be entirely necessary. I don't know yet, but I do know this: if you turn this up higher than like 12 or 15, then eventually it will start feeding my echo, or it'll start feeding my voice back to me.
Why can't I see? Delete. Add. There it is. Sorry, I had to add the like virtual cable back into TikTok. And then in OBS, do I add it at all?
So in OBS, the only thing I was doing is, and first of all, here's how you get rid of the echo: is in your audio settings. You've probably imported Video Ninja as a source, right? So I've got a Video Ninja scene right here that I'm importing as a source.
Oh, I'm just using my desktop audio.
Well, you're gonna want to import. Audio source just for.
Hold on, let me blow this up. Is it an audio output capture that I'm using? Probably.
No, you'll just want to go to your video. Well, are you not? How are you Are you importing video or just audio?
Both.
Yeah, if you're importing the video, most likely the way you're importing the video is by adding some kind of a scene or a browser link, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, you want to go to whatever browser source you're using to import your Video Ninja.
Hit control audio via OBS.
Yeah, and just make sure that you're controlling the audio via OBS.
Okay.
And that should eliminate the audio doubling.
I think I can still hear myself for some reason, but it's very low.
It's very prominent for me.
Oh, it could be. Ah,
That's
you're
interesting because it's not at all prominent for me. Like your voice sounds okay.
My voice does?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Amir and I are both on Video Ninja, right?
Correct.
Interesting that his video ninja experience is different than mine.
That could just be because of me messing with things. So, okay, talk to each other real quick. Amir, say hi.
How you doing, Justin?
Good. How are you, Amir?
Yeah, not too shabby. Justin, I have to say, I really admire your tenacity. I thought that there was a video uploaded the other day on YouTube and he was on it for like 8 hours. Commendable.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Justin, are you
And
getting an echo from Amir?
I'm not getting an echo from anybody.
I'm not getting an echo from Justin. Only from you, today.
What's your TikTok setup look like?
I think everything's good. Primary microphone is my regular microphone. Audio is the virtual audio cable.
Good. And what's the co-host speaker set to?
Podcast mic. Should that be?
Set that to the cable input.
There we go. But I don't think that. I can still hear myself.
Well, that's not going to fix you hearing yourself. We'll worry about that in a minute.
All right.
Okay, so the other thing is on your Windows sound settings, what's your output set to?
Sound. So it says default communications is the podcast mic, and then default device is the cable, the virtual cable.
That's what mine's set to. I don't actually know if this is necessary. I'm going to test out switching this to my headphones next time I go live, but my concern is that if you switch it to your headphones, then you could hear yourself in your own headphones, but I don't know if that's going to be the case yet. But if it's set to the cable, you should be fine. Are your headphones plugged into your mic?
To my mic.
That was what I was doing too. My headphones were plugged into my mic. I'm curious, does your mic have a setting to where it feeds your voice back to you for monitoring?
I thought I turned all those off. Well, yeah, like I can hear myself like monitor in the actual mic, but there's a delayed very soft. It's almost like it's coming through somebody else's. Hold on, let me mute Amir.
Yeah.
Let me just see. No, I can still hear myself. Let me mute you. Hello?
That worked.
That's what it was. I'm getting a feedback from you, actually, Justin.
From me?
Yeah.
I'm going to disable my mic and my speaker and let me know what happens.
Okay.
Say something, Benny?
I'm saying things.
Perfect. I can hear you crystal clear with no echo.
Okay, I can hear you crystal clear with no echo.
Praise the Lord.
No.
No.
Praise Justin.
Praise Justin.
Being an electrical engineer and apparently just an audio engineer at the same time.
So he's a man of many skills.
I can't hear you though, Justin. I don't know. Oh, are you back? Unmute, Justin.
Yeah, is it working?
Yeah, you just turned up really
Loud.
loud because I had you.
Really loud.
Now say something, Justin.
Saying things?
Is that better for you, Amir?
Things and things?
Seems to be working just fine, but I don't want to jinx it.
Things and things. I can everybody hear Justin on TikTok?
Fingers crossed.
Yes. I only have like 8 people watching on TikTok because everybody left.
Is there a guest on TikTok that can get in the box and see if we can hear them?
That's the other thing is that I must have been off TikTok Studio for so long that they took my guest feature away. So
Oh my gosh.
this works for now, though, because I think we've fed everything through.
Okay.
The only thing that we haven't tested out is the guest part. Uh, darn, I don't
I'm
know.
inclined I'm inclined to believe that the guest part will work. I think that's the part that works consistently. I think the part that is difficult is making sure you're not getting like audio doubling anywhere.
Yeah, I just don't know why my guest feature's not like
That's
the only
odd.
thing I can think of is that just because I haven't used Studio in a while.
Right. You have to use it like every 180 days,
God,
like
it's
so
been
many
6 months.
times.
It was like July was the last time I used it.
That's been 6 months.
Since July,
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard January. No, not July. I apologize.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
No, yeah, July is 2 months ago.
It might be for me though, like I don't know, like a 30-day thing or something. Who knows? What I might do?
Well, if you're on probation, so they initially give you like a starting period of 14 days, and then if you pass that 14 days, then it moves you to a longer period, but I don't know how long the period is.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's that too. YouTube is saying that am I double coming through YouTube or I'm just asking the chat. How's the sound over there on YouTube? I got 10 people watching. People, it turns out people don't like IT when we're just like troubleshooting things.
Right? Here's something interesting on Video Ninja side. I flipped my camera over so you guys could see my setup, and it won't let me turn it back.
What?
That's a glitch I've never seen. Yeah, it won't let me switch my camera. I can manually.
I wonder if I would do I have control of that?
No, I don't think so.
I
But
would
I can manually switch it to the front camera. So I just did now.
okay. Yeah, I can request you to switch it to the front camera.
Cause like it has like the button with the
Mhm.
like this the switch icon. It just flips back and forth between cameras. That button worked to get my front camera, but it doesn't work to get back to my other camera. You have to manually go into the settings for some reason.
Amir, are you still good? Are you still alive?
No, I'm still here, mate.
This is all right. This is working. This is actually like kind of working. I just wish I had guest features on actual tickety tockety.
I
But
think I have one question remaining, which I'm gonna test out tomorrow,
mm-hmm.
which is
Hey Zach.
in Video Ninja. There's the audio output. I don't know if we need to send the audio from Video Ninja anywhere because if we're already listening to the desktop, I don't see what it does for us.
Should I just like put it to my headphones real quick?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it matters. I haven't tested it.
Can everybody hear Justin now? Or Amir? You both can talk. TikTok, can you hear Amir and Justin now? Sorry for asking so much of you. They say yes. Oh, but YouTube says no. But I could turn you on if I turned on Video Ninja Guest on OBS.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I bet they can hear you now.
Yeah. Testing. Testing.
Ryu, come on. Can you hear it? Now
Test.
it's
Test.
back.
Test.
Okay, so yeah, interesting.
So there's probably a couple ways to get the audio out of Video Ninja. Um, Either way, I mean, I know the way that I set it up according to the document works. So like that's like there, even though there's some remaining questions, I do know that it works. I think we probably want to do some experimenting when we get time to during. I'll probably do it during
Oh
live
wait,
streams, honestly.
I lost you on TikTok now. Darn it, I can't get. Shuddy, hold on.
Okay, I was worried about that. We might have to keep the output
on the virtual.
set to the virtual cable because when we route the audio from TikTok, it does a lot of really weird stuff. And
And
that's
that's
why
why
I've
I've
got the
got the
co-host
co-host
speaker
speaker
set
set
to
to
the
the
virtual
virtual
cable
cable
to
to
make
make
sure
sure
this is supposed to ensure that everyone can hear the co-host. As
as
far as
far
I'm
as I'm
aware,
aware.
that's why
That's why
they
they
introduced that feature.
Gotcha. I
I
think
think the only
I think we're good.
difficulty is we're using the virtual cable to send the TikTok audio to Video Ninja, and then we're also using the virtual cable to send Video Ninja to TikTok. So it's kind of I was worried about that. That would create an infinite loop, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it seems to be better with. Okay, everybody's still saying good. Oh yeah, it was doubling there for a second. Yeah, sorry guys on YouTube because I had Justin turned up on two different inputs. Uh, all right, Justin. I think we're good. I think that's what we needed so far. Is there any other questions or anything else you want to try real quick?
I don't think I have any more questions. I think the next step is to
Test it
get
with you guys.
TikTok Studio guest feature integrated again.
Yeah.
And the only other question I have is I gotta go to my fantasy draft in about 10 minutes. Who's the best running back this year?
I
Who am I getting?
uh running back? I don't know. Let's see here. Let's look at the top running backs.
Yeah,
NFL. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Jameer Gibbs.
yeah. I had Derrick Henry last year, and he crushed it for me. And but we'll see what happens. I got some questions. The problem with this league is it's really run heavy, and then everyone's running backs gets injured. Uh, and then halfway through the season, you're up shit creek.
Yeah, they're all on IR.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay.
Listen, friends, it's great to see you. I love you. I gotta go prepare for the draft, and best of luck.
Look
Yeah,
at you,
best of
buddy.
luck. Good to see you, Justin.
See you, Amir.
All right, Amir. So it's us. It's just us now. What's up, dude? What's up?
That was
So do
that
you?
was
I guess I haven't really ever talked to you, like about like your epistemology. So are you Christian?
no, I'm not Christian. I don't fall under any religious denomination.
Are you? So you're just like a theist?
Yeah, I think the correct term is deist. I mean, I'm not too hung up on the semantics, but
Deist.
someone that believes in a God that doesn't intervene in everyday life.
Gotcha. So I mean, really, when I think of deism, and this might get a little boring for the crowd, but I like this discussion. Uh, my like kind of the universe being the ultimate set, or the like macroverse, if you will, what Mezzo would call the business, would be considered like the ultimate set, or this like deist god, but is eternal. I wouldn't say like creating is more of like just a change of how that outer set is. So like before the Big Bang, it could have just been that singularity, for ever, and then all of a sudden, like say, I don't know, quantum fluctuations caused the Big Bang. Oh, you can't do that on screen. Here, let me take you off. Actually,
I can't do what? Sorry.
nothing. You can't be a dragon on screen.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude. I didn't realize.
You're okay. Actually, I can put you up, but then I can like cut off half the view. There you go.
That's an interesting
Can you see
look.
like my feed on YouTube or something? Or
I will jump off webcam because in that way I can be a dragon behind closed doors.
There you
If that's
go.
okay.
I'm a dragon too, so I get it.
Yeah. To your point, are you, or rather, let me just clarify. I feel that regardless of which way we look at the world, whether it's through a naturalistic lens or through something supernatural, we're always going to be presented with some sort of absurdity. Perhaps within a naturalistic framework, the absurdity lies with something like an infinite universe that we would have to take as a brute fact, and with God, it's God existing eternally. Both both kind of conclusions are absurd. It's for me when I look at both of the absurdities, and I still try to ask the question, why is there anything at all? I still think out of the two options, the God hypothesis is the better one at explaining why anything at all exists. Don't get me wrong; it does still come with its own challenges and puzzles, as does
Why
naturalism.
why not like quantum fluctuations? Like they say that it could have just been a singularity where like all energy was just this tiny singularity for however long, and then just within quantum fluctuations, given eternity, sooner or later, you're gonna have a fluctuation that would just create the Big Bang. Along with there would be a fluctuation that would create every single thing else in eternity. At like one point there will be just like you and me talking in space.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's pushing the question back even further, as in, why are there quantum fluctuations, or is that something that we are accepting as a
Well,
fact?
that is a fact though. Like that is
It is a fact, but as a brute fact that there's nothing that came prior to quantum fluctuations. It has just existed eternally. That are we taking as a brute fact,
I see
or
what you're saying. I would say that it would be safe to consider it that just because we do observe that and we don't observe some sort of creator other than if you're considering like a programmer, like for a simulation, a creator, then I guess I could see that.
yeah? I mean, look, we can observe things within the quantum world, not directly, but sure, we can observe it for all intents and purposes. But we've never observed something existing eternally. Um, so if we're going to posit that quantum fluctuations has existed eternally, then which we can do, we can say that's the case. Then we have to still ask: is that more plausible than something that exists outside of naturalism altogether? That is the reason why naturalism exists. So we're taking two competing hypotheses, both with absurdities attributed to them, and asking which one is better.
Right, and I would say by Occam's razor, my view would be the more plausible. Just I mean, the only thing that could like stop that is that before the Big Bang, a whole different set of physics could exist. Everything kind of breaks down. We can't observe before the Big Bang. But I
Mhm.
think it's safe to say that what we do have now is most likely what has been. Do you see? Do you get what I'm saying? Like that it's been this sort of physics that we haven't quite figured out yet. I don't think that quantum mechanics are the like complete answer. I actually don't even know if humans will ever receive this like ultimate truth, right? I personally think that the universe is probably way more than what we could ever observe.
I agree with that. And I would also even posit that I would think that there is some sort of naturalistic explanation that came before the Big Bang. It could be quantum fluctuations, it could be multiverse, it could be cosmic inflation, whatever it is. I do think that we have good theories that would try to explain what came before the Big Bang. It still doesn't address why the laws of nature at all exist, why there are quantum fluctuations, why they have existed eternally, etc.
Oh, okay.
And
I see what you're saying. Yeah, then I would say like yeah, this that's a good one. Like quantum mechanics. Why do the physics, the quantum mechanics, these sets of laws, as if they are understood, exist at all? Um, I would just say that would be yeah. I accept it as a brute fact that it. I'm way too far from my mic. That's why I'm super quiet. I would accept that as a brute fact.
Okay. And so would you therefore say that you accepting naturalism as a brute fact is no more or less coherent than someone accepting God as a brute fact, albeit not a religious God, because a religious God can come under scientific scrutiny?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, actually. I think I'm okay with that. I would say that it's a 50-50. Um, you know, it's either or, though. Like, you can't, like, use, like, Bayesian deduction or whatever, because either, God exists or didn't exist or doesn't exist. Or
Right.
maybe it is that God did exist and then doesn't anymore. I don't know. Uh,
Right. Absolutely.
I
It's
I
really,
can be fine with that, like some vague deistic type of God. I'm more interested personally in like the Christian God, as I
yeah.
was explaining earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the interesting points is that even and I love your intellectual humility there. Everything that I'm advocating, I can still be an atheist and be advocating for it. As in, even though I think that the God hypothesis is better than something naturalistic, it doesn't mean that I'm committed into believing that I I think that a God exists. I just say that out of a naturalistic explanation for why anything at all exists, I think that the God hypothesis is better. It doesn't necessarily mean that I think the God hypothesis is bulletproof or ironclad. I just think it is a better explanation as to why anything at all exists. So you can still be an atheist and still be representing my point of view up until this point.
Yeah, I guess where I would kind of stop though is now that I'm thinking about it. Uh, so this God, this deistic God, chooses the laws of physics, right? Or like logic, everything that we observe. But that God had to have chosen that from something, right? And then it's kind of back to like where did this God like origin, or like
Yeah,
where's their origin, I guess.
it's a good point. You see, I don't think we have even the dictionary to be able to explain certain attributes of God and the creation that we're all confronted with. Because when we use words like choose, it almost implies that he could have chose something otherwise and that he has some sort of thinking mechanism behind him, which would put God to something that is a little bit more human like, that God thinks, he chose this. That's not how I would envisage a God operating. um, but then we can have questions about, well, where does God exist? How did God come to be, etc. And there are two ways of being able to answer these questions. The first one is, I guess, you don't necessarily need an explanation of something if it's the better explanation that you have. Otherwise, you end up in some sort of infinite regress. To
Right.
give an analogy, I don't know if
Right, because the ultimate set kind of thing is an infinite regress in itself. I mean, really, what I'm saying is that it just is this like all-encompassing set, I guess, and that would be a mindless thing, of which everything derives of. So, in a way, that it's very similar to I would say this deistic belief.
correct. Yeah. You see, look, with religion and people that believe in God conventionally, I have a lot of criticisms, and I share many of the viewpoints that you do. I think it's problematic. I think it's absurd. I think it can be scrutinized scientifically, and I understand why people believe in that sort of God. It's, for the most part, it's very comforting, and people try to find so many different ways of being able to rationalize that sort of God that I can see why atheism has the sort of momentum behind it, because with so many different viewpoints as to what God is, a Christian God, an Islamic God, a Hindu God, there's so much material that atheists have to debunk. Like, it's literally almost infinite. Whereas I think if you take religion out of it and you look at God in a more deistic sense, And then you start asking questions about why does anything at all exist. I think when we approach it from that particular tangent, then the God hypothesis actually starts becoming something a lot more plausible.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I like there are questions like why do we as kind of beings that can rationalize human brains, working the way they do, why would something like that come to be? Like I guess less of a that would kind of signal towards some sort of like maybe intention, uh,
Yeah.
but dang it, I'm just gonna have to turn everything up. Uh, so I could see that, but I also think that with chaos and like eternity, everything is possible. Either in the sense that like yeah, there's a possibility of like a demigod as long as it fits within like our physics. Like the movie Dune, the religion that they have in like the series of the Dune movies or books, really fall
Mm.
within like our physics. There's like
Yeah.
kind of some like weird stuff with like prophecy, but other than that, uh, everything can fall within like science, and that seems to make more sense to me, like in this kind of chaos theory, sense that I think in.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, like the contingency argument is asking why is there chaos in the first place for there to be all these sets of possibilities. I agree. If the universe exists infinitely, then any possible thing that we can fathom would exist. It's the question of why does chaos exist in the first place? What is grounding the laws of nature to allow entropy to be a fundamental feature of the universe?
Yeah, I guess that's the ultimate question. That's where I would just say I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the best thing that we can say is I don't know, but we can speculate, and that's what we're doing. It's like I don't know, but it is more likely X than Y, and then we have to say, well, why is X more likely than Y, and then we go down that particular
Right.
route. Um, like for me, just as a summary, I think that naturalism assumes that all phenomena can be explained by natural processes. But if natural processes themselves had an origin, then it raises the question, can a system explain its own creation without appealing to something outside of itself? And that's where I'm trumped.
That's where I don't know. I guess quantum fluctuations it adds another. I'm not a quantum theorist or like a physical theorist or anything like that, so I don't really quite understand it that well. But from what I understand, like uncertainty uh, would just say that this is inevitable. But yeah, like why does that quantum thing happen? I guess simulation could be a good reason.
Yeah, and then it's a question of why does the simulation exist?
Well, because
What's
because we're
grounding
all
that
we're all just
simulation?
batteries for the robots. That's why.
Like in all of this, by the way, the reason why I participated in this call wasn't to demonstrate why I think God exists.
Mm-hmm.
It was rather to put naturalism and God on an equal playing field. And when I refer to God, it's again a non-religious God. As long as we can get to that stage that both naturalism and the God hypothesis can be viewed in an equal footing, then I think that's as much as I would need to communicate. And I think which way you lean really just becomes a matter of preference. It's not evidence based. These become metaphysical conversations, they become philosophical conversations, and they can never be grounded in any sort of empirical reasoning. That's where we hit our limits.
Yeah, I would agree. Um, yeah, and like, man, I think we could talk about like the possibilities and like I wish that through us just bouncing ideas off of each other, and I actually do think that, that's what the good part of philosophy is. Like when people discuss in good faith, they actually can maybe come to a better understanding. I think that your viewpoint is now way more understood by me, at least.
Yeah, and likewise, these are sort of healthy dialogues that I think we should be having. One point of interest, and this is a little bit of a tangent here, and I invite everyone to have this exercise, is pull up your favorite AI, your favorite LLM, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever it is that you use, and have those conversations with LLMs. I know there's always going to be someone that will say, "Oh, well, AIs make mistakes." Sure, but for the most part, if you can accept that AIs think in ways that we can't even fathom and have access to every single bit of academic literature that's ever been published, have the conversations with them. I'm only an advocate of one particular argument for God, which is the contingency argument. Why does anything at all exist? Have the conversation with an AI. And I am sure if you are a militant atheist, at the end of that conversation, you will walk away thinking, well, okay, I'm not convinced that God exists, but I can see why people believe in God. And I wouldn't see it as something that's so far-fetched and ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess that's where I would, invoke the agnostic part of what I identify as. Like, when I say atheist, I'm just saying, I'm atheist to any like God other than probably some vague deistic God. I would say I'm more agnostic to any kind of like actual God. As far as the Christian God, though, I'm like completely 100% atheist too.
Yeah. And I think if the atheist can follow up and also say, I'm an a-naturalist, I don't even think that word exists, but basically saying, I'm
A
not convinced.
supernaturalist.
Yeah, well, no, I want to make the distinction between a supernaturalist and an a-naturalist. An
Yeah,
a-naturalist
yeah.
would be someone that would that is not convinced or doesn't believe in a naturalistic explanation of the origins of the universe. They're equally unconvinced by that. I think if the atheist has the humility of being able to admit both lack any sufficient reason, then that's a consistent argument. But if they posit, or if they would try to explain that naturalistic explanations for why anything at all exists is superior to the God hypothesis, not only is that as a positive claim, which then carries a burden of proof, I think it's something that then can be very easily dismantled.
Why do you piss
Yeah.
so many atheists off? I don't understand why they get so mad at you.
Mate, you're gonna have to ask them. I genuinely think, right, and look, psychology is not my area of expertise, but I found just by looking at the comments, generally speaking, when you look at other atheist shows like The Line, etc., the people that tend to be the most intellectual in the points that they're bringing up generally are confronted with the most amount of hostility. There's a correlation there. I'm not sure what the implications are, but it's just an observation on my part. And people who participate in these calls in good faith, I always participate in good faith. I match the temperament of the hosts that I'm debating with. If the host is hostile and interjects all the time,
Did
then you
Joel
would have
yell
to
at
try.
you last night?
Did who yell at me? Sorry,
Joel, yeah.
Joel is.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Joel
Joel,
cut me off. Yeah, he
he
cut me
cut
off
you.
very quickly.
Joel, if you're watching, you're an asshole. No, I'm just kidding.
We
I love you,
we
Joel.
actually had a quite fruitful conversation on another. It was probably about like 3 weeks ago. This was with Joyful. That was a bit more fruitful. There wasn't any unanimous conclusion from it. Yeah, I'm not sure if he recognized me. He's just like, oh, I want to cut this guy off short, or if he was only looking to debate Christians. Yeah, but it was a very short conversation.
Yeah, and I think that that's maybe where the anger I think comes from, because they will be like, specifically like I have this prompt right here actually because of the conversation we had earlier. uh I just quickly made this prompt. I didn't want to make an image or anything, so I just on OBS, and I was testing things out for Justin, for not for Justin. I don't just do things for Justin. I was doing it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
myself. But Justin was showing me how. And
yeah.
so like if I had, I would probably say something like the affirmative statement of, and I don't know if you can actually read my, I mean, you probably could when you were on TikTok, uh, saying like, the Christian God does not exist or something like that. Saying like God does not exist. I could argue it, but in the end, we just don't know. And I would say like if it were a god, I don't even know if I would classify that as like a god. Like you have to like define it into this god kind of definition, whereas I could see it as a part of the natural just order of things.
Just out of interest, Benny, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how long you've been on the scene. Have you
Oh, a
managed to
while.
successfully, like, I think the term is deconstruct many people of Christian faith?
Oh yeah. I mean, personally, I don't know how many I have deconstructed. But so like I have the whole like deconstruction junction, like it's a Discord, it's a YouTube channel. That's all me. So like we have like 4,000 Discord members right now. 4,500. I don't even know.
Wow.
And
Okay.
like every
So,
day, I mean, Justin does a lot of the deconstructing. Like people watch Justin's live, and then they'll come in, or they'll watch, uh, Joyful or Joel or Mezzo. Like all of those guys, we're kind of under this deconstruction junction because I've just kind of grabbed them before anybody else could. And basically, I said like, hey, I'm gonna have this Discord for people that are deconstructing from religion,
mm,
and I want them to have a place that they can discuss with each other in good faith, and not debate really, because a lot of the debate can get kind of poisonous to where it's like people are just searching for a W,
mm,
or they're just trying to spank the other, if you will. And
mm,
I don't think that really like is the purpose. I think that talking about these type of things, and even like these higher like headier type of conversations, help people because
mm.
it opens up like what the possibilities are.
Yeah.
And to see somebody like myself who I've been an atheist my whole life basically. I went into like a Catholic church at the age of 6, and I saw a bloody Jesus up on the wall, and I was like, no, absolutely not. This is weird. And after that, I was like, just I kind of understood that it was kind of like a Santa Claus for adults, if you will.
Well, that actually leads me to my next question, and I hope this isn't too personal, but I really want to get your opinion on this. So, me and my partner, we're expecting a child quite
Oh,
soon.
congratulations,
It'll be our
Mazel
first.
Tov.
Thank you. It's going to be our firstborn as well. And do you think, irrespective of whether or not God exists, putting that to one side, do you think children should be brought up in this world believing that a God exists, or
I'm
you know?
fine with like calling it nature. Like I think that like using this non-Christian like view of perhaps a higher power. Like Mezzo will even say that like when he refers to nature, he like would give it a capital N. Like Mother Nature, kind of this kind of rule decider. And I would say that like that's fine. Um, I think that especially as a kid, like God of the Gaps is all right because then it kind of stops you from spiraling It encourages
Right.
magical thinking. Amy, I would say, Amy, if we kept it more like a natural, just like that's just nature. I think that that's fine. I don't think that saying like this ever watching, judging eye, that has all these decisions on any kind of quirk that you may have, uh, any like had a that it's going to lead you to some eternal punishment or things like that. I think that's where the danger comes in.
Okay, that's interesting because I was brought up Muslim, and
Interesting.
in part, I do remember as I was growing up, I did feel as if there was some like celestial thing up in the skies that was watching my every movement, and I would go on to say that I would, I would think that I acted better thinking that there was that celestial thing watching me in the sky, and also the prospects of a heaven. Like if I'm a good little boy, heaven is waiting for me. So I mean, because my partner, she is Christian,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we've only ever touched on the subject, and this is something that I felt like I would need to really read up on the literature to understand what's in the best interest of a child's psychology. Like to reduce it down into something a little bit more trivial, things like the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. I would want my children when they're very young to believe that the Tooth Fairy exists, and I would slip them a tenner underneath the pillow when they lose their tooth, etc. It's nice. It's a nice kind of for the child. I'm then trying to just see if that pairs up with things like with God, specifically a religious God, a Christian God.
Yeah, I guess that and that was where I would defer things to. Was Seth behind me or something? Seth, are you here? Oh, you are here. Okay. uh he's also in the chat. Uh I thought you like appeared behind me on the camera and I was like, "Whoa." Anyways, I'm reading too many chats. I would say that like I don't know, it's kind of crushing though to find out that Santa's not real. And then it's a little crushing. And a little like I can remember being like, why would my parents fool me like that? Like why would they think I was so dumb that I would, carry on with this lie? I was kind of a smart kid though, I don't know, to where I was a little upset that my parents, kind of led me on and that they should have just trusted me to, know. But at the same time, looking back at it, nostalgia wise, I do like when I believed in Santa and like would go out and see presents under a tree and be like, what? And some of them would say like from Santa, and it's like, whoa. uh but I don't know, like as far as like God goes, I don't know if I ever believed that something was like looking down on me other than like maybe aliens, like possibly like the aliens off Simpsons are just like sitting there watching, or like there's a Twilight Zone episode where they like mess with them by turning lights on and off and like they create a town
Yeah,
like to go crazy and they like end up like I think unaliving a teenager because they all think it's him because they like start creating reasons. Twilight Zone will like really open your mind if you take it seriously. But as far as like the God thing goes, I guess I don't know. I That's where I would defer more to like a Christian that has deconstructed, because I
yeah,
think that's a hard like realization. They depending on how much time and effort that they put towards that religion, they feel that that time was taken from them, and that they also have kind of guilt,
mm,
especially those like Christians that come out of the closet later on, and they were teaching that gay people are sinners and deserve to go to
mm,
hell, and then when they realize like, oh I've been lying to myself this whole time, and I've been teaching that to others, I feel they probably feel guilty that they've put that belief on others, and people, took that as advice or, as fact because they were the older person, like, church youth leader or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that kids should be able to make their own kind of decision. I think it'd be funner to see if like a kid like created like a god, like, if you will, or like kind of, just be aware of their kind of forming epistemology and see like where it takes them, and allow them to make their own decision. That's what really my mom let me do. Like I said, I was like 6 years old, and when I went into the Catholic Church, I thought it was all like beautiful, and I thought there was a lot of like elaborate things, and like all these different stand up and like little rituals and stuff, and I thought that the complexity of all that was interesting, but I didn't believe a single bit of it. It just freaked me out. Like, it was just like, this is make believe. This is people coping, if you will, and like that's a really harsh thing to say, but in a way, that's what it seemed like to me. And yeah, I don't know. And then I was able to kind of, I don't know. I have this memory of being like very young, and like also realizing that like we were on a planet that is spinning around the sun, that is like spinning around. Like, I understood the solar system pretty early on too, and I like understood time. I think like the like absolute just giganticness of time, and how humans are just a sliver within that time. And I like that. I can remember the like feeling of just like
cosmic insignificance.
Yeah, I'm so insignificant. Like, this is nothing. But that's if you're like zooming out, And I think that that's a good thing to kind of be aware of, because I think some people might need to zoom out and realize like, oh shit, this is all gonna pass. Like, why am I freaking out because I got a stain on my shirt or something?
Do you worry that might lead someone towards something more akin to nihilism?
I'm fine with nihilism. I would say I am a nihilist.
I mean, you might be completely fine. Do you think other nihilists are, well, I mean, how would I word it? Not fine with being nihilists, or?
I'm actually like anti-natalist. Like, don't take that the wrong way, though. Congratulations on your expected child, but like I personally think that existence in a way is kind of worse than non-existence.
Yeah. There was one other thing that you said before that you feel, and quote me if I'm saying this incorrectly, but you said that you should give the child the autonomy of being able to make their own decisions. Right. Would you interject if you felt as if they were adopting a belief system that was not conducive to their flourishing? Hypothetically, little Timmy is like, yo, Zeus is one hell of a badass mofo. That's the God that I'm going to believe in. Or, no, I don't know, decided to become
I wouldn't interject. I would provide, just all options as much as I could, within reason. I think that any type of indoctrination is best not like approached. So, but that's so hard to do, like how so much stuff is just like baked in to even just our everyday language that we're not, going to be able to catch it.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of the chatters have made some important points. I think Amy Cook said, better to understand and accept reality than to live in comforting fantasy. And Liz Ray, just straight underneath, said, I never understood why people have issues with this nihilist. I mean, I'm only bringing this to the point of bringing up a child. I think when you're an adult, we have the abilities of adults through experiences and life's tribulations to be able to be confronted with harsh realities. And nihilism, it's a, we said it ourselves, that point of realization that we are cosmic insignificance. At one point, I mean, for a child, I'm sure that would be quite difficult to swallow. As adults, we're more mature. And so to the audience, it's a question of what's in the best interests of a child's psychology when they're growing up. And I'm still undecided on the matter.
I was pre-med in college, so I did take like developmental psychology, and like the first 5 years of a child's life, they go through so many different stages. Like object permanence, things like that, facial recognition, uh, deciding, who is friendly, who is not, and
Yeah.
I think that the age of 6 really, like, it's kind of odd. Amy Cook, your PhD is in comparative developmental and evolutionary psychology. Wow.
Fair play.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm feeling
So
pretty
tell me
stupid
if
right
I don't want to like Piaget's, 6 things of developmental psychology would say. What I'm trying to say though is that, like, by the age of 6, if you will, the Christian kind of like age of reason is hit almost.
now.
I feel like that's when I realized my sexuality. That's when I realized my epistemology. Maybe I was really quick to the take, and I had a really just, I don't know, awesome set of information like available to me, to where I was able to kind of like put things together. Bill Nye, helped a lot. I think Beekman's World helped a lot. Science, and understanding like cause and effect, contingency, did help. I don't think I had much of like philosophy really taught to me as a kid, but understanding evolution and dinosaurs, like, because dinosaurs are so cool when you're a kid, but you have to, like, sooner or later ask yourself as a kid, like, wait, did we exist when dinosaurs existed? And if we didn't, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And I think that kids are able to contemplate those things, unless there's like a developmental issue, or something that is preventing them from like actually being able to contemplate that.
Yeah, for the most part, I would agree. I think they have the mental capacity to be able to discern truth, where it can be discerned quite easily. Yeah, absolutely. Benny, listen, with all of that said, it's almost 1 a.m. here in the UK, and I have a call with my developer in a couple of minutes. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you, but I'm going to just say that this has been a really refreshing conversation. So thank you so much
Likewise.
for your time. And I really hope you don't incur any more audio issues or.
I think I'm going to end the live after this, just because like it kind of started off as IT, figured things out, and then we got you on. I did want to end our conversation, and I do appreciate this. Like, yeah, I think that these are constructive conversations. And Justin just said that you're sweet and that you should actually join the dark side.
I'm going to catch his join the dark side comment. I'm going to give him a little follow on TikTok as well. I'm new to the world of TikTok. I only came so I could engage in these conversations. Ain't got a bloody clue, but yeah.
Yeah, I hope to do more lives. It's just kind of, I am a very busy person. I have a lot of stuff going on family-wise. Like, I just had a cousin pass away. My mom just got diagnosed with cancer. And I just got over testicular cancer myself. So it's like a lot. So I'll let you go, because I have a few things that I need to get, kind of in order anyways. But I really appreciate the discussion, Amir. So hopefully, we can have another discussion on perhaps a different topic, or even further down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, and thank you once again, Benny. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Take it easy.
You too. How the hell do I get rid of you? There you go. You're gone. Well, that's the show, everybody. Sorry if that got a little, not spicy enough for y'all. I know how you guys like spicy, but like check out these arms. Huh? They're untanned and very gross. That's spicy, but no. I think Amir was discussing in good faith. I really do appreciate that kind of conversation. I think that is constructive. That we all kind of learn a little bit too, especially when you share these ideas. I know I learned it a little bit. Well, I wish I had a guest feature on TikTok. I don't, so that's another reason why I'm going to end this live. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow or something. I will have guest features up, and Video Ninja and TikTok will be able to speak to each other, and it'll be very interesting. We will see, especially if I have the time. Kind of depends on things. Like I said, a lot going on. While all of that is being said, I don't know who else is online right now. There's only 17 of you here. Go where you will. Go over to Joel's members only live and just say, why'd you yell at Amir? Ben wants to know. And that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. Show's over. All right. Have a good night.